Um, so we are going to be talking about those particular things, specifically free markets and centrally planned markets or command economies, or basically in the regular terminology, the free market capitalist system, and more the centrally planned socialist communist system of economics. Those are the two big ones. There are a lot of variations in between and a lot of different expressions. It's never simply that cut and dry, but we're going to talk about those today. And I want to begin with a bit of a poll. So if you go over your activities little icon there, it's the triangle, square, and circle on the bottom right hand side of your screen, I believe it would be. If you go over to there, what you'll want to do is you'll see a question there, and it says, for Christmas, would you rather shop at, and I've given you four options: Amazon, Santan Marketplace, or a place like Santan Marketplace, Walmart or Target, or stores like Walmart or Target, and then finally a tourist place like Jerome or some other place where they have the novelty shops and such that you kind of walk the town. So where would you rather shop if you're buying your Christmas presents? Where are you going? Or you got a gift card or something, and you want to purchase some things for yourself. Where are you going with it? Okay, I have 5 votes, 6 votes in. Just 2 more of you to make your selection. I need to show everyone the results. I haven't done that. Boom. There you go. So you can see what's going on. Almost have everybody. So what I'm seeing is everyone's basically leaning on Amazon. One brave soul is going to go to Santan. Nobody wants anything to do with Walmart or Target, and nobody really feels like going to a tourist town. I see. So real quickly in the chat, why is that? Why are we preferring like an Amazon as opposed to like a Walmart or a Santan or even a tourist town? Why is that? More options in Amazon. That's true. There are more options. Yeah. What else? Anything else, or is it just the options? Don't like leaving my house. Okay. Yeah. The convenience of it. Amazon is significantly convenient, far more convenient. Okay. You don't have to drive at least 45 minutes. Exactly. Right. Again, time. So I've got options, convenience, time. These are all things. And by the way, options, those are all kind of convenience. Like I don't have to leave my house. I don't have to drive. I've got more options. Those are all convenience things. Do you think the prices are better in Amazon than in other places? What do we think? Do we think Amazon prices are better? Yeah, things can be a lot cheaper. Yeah, it is true. So here's the question: why? How? Because in some sense, does Amazon sell the same quality of stuff that you would get in a store? Depends what you're looking for. Okay. Do you think? Can you get the same quality from Amazon? Sometimes. Okay. Not all the time. Very true. So the thought I'm having is, how is it that Amazon is able to keep their prices competitive, if not better than the physical store competition, still sell you relatively close quality of items, and give you all of the convenience that you are going to get? How do they get it? How do they do it and not lose money? More widely available. Okay. Yeah. Um, Online stores are in high demand since it is so convenient. Yeah. There's a guaranteed market for them, isn't there? And Amazon themselves, have created a network in which they are able to deliver your items for you, and it works for them. Yeah, I mean, it's very true. In places like Walmart or even a Santam marketplace, they just don't have that ability to do that kind of a thing. I've actually noticed if you ever go to like a Walmart, it used to be when you went into a place like Walmart or Target or even the grocery store, when you go in, you would purchase your items. You would go take them to the when we purchase items at like a Fry's or whatever. One of the things we can do is you go there and you put your items there on the register. And it used to be somebody would check them and scan them and put them in a bag, and they would give you a total, and then they would take your money, then they would give you your change, and they would bag your items. Now you go to the store like a Walmart or whatever, and you scan your own items, you bag your own items, and you pay yourself, and you enter your own, your own member number. You do all the work. But their prices have stayed the same. Has anybody ever caught the idea that basically you're being a clerk and you're still paying the same prices? Does that catch anybody like as like that's kind of odd? How did they they're not even paying me and I'm doing the work? Has anybody ever noticed that, or is that just me? Is that just my whiny complaint? Yeah. Stacy. Yeah. I've noticed it. I'm like, I don't get it, but I feel like I'm doing a lot of work and no one, and the prices haven't changed. But okay, so good ideas. Very good conversation on some of that, right? So let's get into economic systems and free markets. And what we're looking at here is just a couple of terms. Here's what we're going to try to There it is. Here's what we're going to try to do. Identify terms for markets and specialization, understand the terms of capitalism, free market, and free enterprise. Talk about factor and product market, laissez-faire economics, discuss what the invisible hand is and how it relates to laissez-faire economics, and identify the advantages of a free market system by their descriptions. So that's what we're going to try to attempt to do. And we're going to begin not with this video, though. If you do get an opportunity to watch the video, it's like a 10-minute video. It's far too long for this particular lesson, but it does break down. Specifically, it talks about Adam Smith and Karl Marx, and it kind of tells their story. And it's really good. It helps you understand the distinction between capitalism and communism. We're not going to do that right now, but if you do have an opportunity, it's in a crash course series on YouTube. Very good stuff. So here we got a couple of terms for you. One, markets and specialization. Does anybody know what the difference between, or not the differences, but when we say market, what do we mean? And when we say specialization, what do we mean? What do we mean by market? Give me an example of a market. I think we've talked about this before. Just either in the chat or you can shout it out. What is a market we're trying to do? So anyways, so let's just keep it into the comments, I guess, and we'll just work it that way. So real quickly, a market is, wrong one, an arrangement that allows buyers and sellers to exchange things from Amazon, Walmart, and local markets. Well, specialization, as you can read it there, the concentration of the productive efforts of individuals, businesses, limited number of activities, like a baker does not weld. It's not that they couldn't weld, but they don't weld. Or a plumber does not perform brain surgery. And, that's probably okay. Give me 1 minute here. I also want to do something else real fast just to make sure that we address that issue. 1 minute. Sorry about that. All right. So specialization, so give me an example, or if you have one, like an idea of something that is a specialized skill, right? That is specific, especially in today's day and age, because we have surgeons, plumbers, welders. But how about something that you would like to specialize in? That is a very specific thing. Does anybody have any example of something of that nature? Yes. Let's see here. I can unmute you. Can I? I think I can. Let me try that. No. Hold on. Now my host controls again. Let's see here. Um, there you go. Okay, go ahead. I got you. Is it
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Gotcha.
A nuclear specialist, basically. Somebody
Oh,
who specializes in nuclear reactors and stuff.
okay. Yeah. That sounds good. Just dealing with nuclear stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a specialized work, right? Hey, anyone else? Something that's a specialized skill set. You can type it in the chat box if you want as well. Just a specialization. Art or music. Very good. Very true. Art or music. Yeah, those are specializations, right? So as Americans, we usually think of freedom in terms of our speech or religious expression. However, another major aspect of America, which draws scores of immigrants daily to the U.S. shores, is the promise of economic freedom. The idea that I can own my own property, get a job I want, spend my money the way I want. What would life in America look like if these freedoms were not a reality? And that's the kind of the question that I'm going to pose. I'm not going to send it out there because we do need to get press forward. But that's kind of the idea. So elements of a free market, free enterprise, free market, capitalism are all synonyms. You know, that's a English term for the same thing for the U.S. economic system. We oftentimes refer to our system here and our economic system in America as a free enterprise or a free market system or a capitalist society. These three major questions are answered by voluntary exchange or expressed by voluntary exchange in the free market system. So capitalist, because the capital or humans and human-made resources that entrepreneurs invest in businesses is a vital part of our system. Capitalism is that ability to capitalism is the ability to own your own stuff and be able to do with it what you want, whether it's land or it's the actual equipment you need, that you can own it and you can do what you want with it. You can wreck your business if you want, or you can make it profitable. You can decide to close down your business and do a different business, and nobody's going to dictate to you what you have to do. The market could influence you, but you can do what you want to do. So I'm not going to dive too much into this. We're going to skip over the profit, the factor and product market today. I want to get to this right here, which is how the market self-regulates. And this is a capitalist market. So what we've got here is a guy named Adam Smith. And Adam Smith is the person that we're going to, that does get the credit for being the one who kind of not came up with, but identified this idea of capitalism. He was a Scottish social philosopher who wrote a book called The Wealth of Nations. He identified that self-interest was a major motivating force in the free markets. And so here's what he said. He said, give me that which I want. It's okay. So this is kind of, you have to really pay attention to what he's trying to say. To me, it sounds kind of clunky, but give me that which I want, and you shall have this which you want. And it is in this manner that we obtain from one another the far greater part of those goods or services which we stand in need of. It is not for benevolence of the butcher or the brewer or the baker that we expect dinner, but from their regard for their own interest. And it's that last quote that I want you to pay attention to. He says, it is not from the benevolence of the butcher or the brewer or the baker that we get our dinner, but from their regard for their own interests. So if I could break that down even more, he's kind of saying it's not because they're really super kind that you are getting your food and drink, but it's because of their own desire to have money. So what do you think he means by that? It's not from their benevolence, but from their own self-regard that you have dinner. What do you think is meant by that? Anyone? Anything in the comments box? Go ahead and either shoot it in the comments or just say it out loud. What do you think he means by not from their benevolence? What does that mean? Anyone have a guess on that? No, yes, possibly. Give it a stab. What is he trying to say about economics and marketplaces and all that? It's not from their their benevolence or their I don't know, their desire to do the best for you, that you have food on your table. The butcher doesn't come to the shop every day because he just wants to help you out. What does it mean? Benevolence means like their kindness or their their desire to help you out. That's kind of it. So okay, they aren't doing it just to be kind, right? They aren't going to give it away for free. They need to sell it to make money for themselves. Yeah, it's their desire to make a profit. Yeah, that's exactly what it means. They want to make money. Yeah, good. That's it. That's what he's trying to say. He's trying to say they're not there to, the butcher doesn't come to the shop every day because he just loves to make sure everyone has their meat. That's no, he needs to sell it and he wants you to buy it. He goes to the shop every day because he wants money. And this is his chosen profession to get the money. Maybe he chose it because he likes to do butchery. Maybe he chose it because he's good at it. Maybe it's a combination of both. And a lot of times people make money, but sometimes the job they do is not because they enjoy it, but it's they're good at it. And so maybe it's not the thing they love to do the most, but it is a thing they're good at. Whatever it is, that's kind of what he is suggesting. So he suggested the idea of an invisible hand is what drives the marketplace. And he did this through what's called laissez-faire economics, an economic philosophy in the 18th century that opposes any government intervention in business affairs. And laissez-faire is French for let's do. And what it is, it's the idea that he felt like an economy, a marketplace in which the government didn't interfere would be a healthier economy. Here's a quick video, and I mean very quick, on that idea. Tell me if you can hear it. Thumbs up if you do.
60-second adventures in economics. Number one, the invisible hand. An economy is a tricky thing to control, and governments are always trying to figure out how to do it. Back in 1776, economist Adam Smith shocked everyone by saying that what governments should actually do is just leave people alone to buy and sell freely among themselves. He suggested that if they just leave self-interested traders to compete with one another, markets are guided to positive outcomes as if by an invisible hand. If someone charges less than you, customers will buy from them instead. You have to lower the price or offer something better. Whenever enough people demand something, they will be supplied by the market, like spoiled children, only in this case everyone's happy. Later free marketeers, like Austrian economist Friedrich Hayek, argued that this hands-off approach actually works better than any kind of central plan. But the problem is economies can take a long time to reach their equilibrium and may even stall along the way. And in the meantime, people can get a little frustrated, which is why governments usually end up taking things into their own more visible hands instead.
All right. So I like that quick little video, but that's a super quick thing just on Adam Smith. And so Adam Smith's theory basically had three major components to it. One was self-interest, which he basically suggested the motivating force in a free market that pushes people to act is self-interest. Or in other words, they're doing it for their own benefit. The other thing he says that helps a market drive is competition. It's the regulating force of the market to help fight for consumer dollars. So in other words, if you have one car dealer in a town, and they're the only game in town within hundreds of miles, they're going to be able to price their vehicles at a very high price because nobody else has an option. You're going to have to buy from them. However, if you've got another car dealership across the street from them at that rate, now they're going to have to compete for prices and they're going to have to beat each other's prices, which is going to make it better for them because now or better for the customer because since these two are competing, they have to compete for the best price. So competition regulates the marketplace. Now, the last thing is incentives, which is the hope of reward or fear of penalty that encourages one behavior. So in other words, you have self-interest. A person gets into the business because they want to make the most money possible. They're going to behave and try to keep their prices reasonable because of competition, which is going to help keep their prices best for the customer because you can kind of work between those two. And incentives is the hope or reward or fear of penalty. Or in other words, I'm going to be incentivized to keep my prices competitive. It's the hope that you're going to purchase from me. And I'm going to fear that if I jack my prices too high, you won't want to purchase from me. And that's kind of his idea, at least what he was driving at when he came to his three main things. Does everybody kind of follow how those three drive a capitalist economy? Do you see how that works? Like even in I don't know, between a Walmart or a Target. So you ever see how those prices are pretty much the same? You could go to either or, and you're going to get the same price. Maybe you have different products, but it's basically the same price. And even if you go to Amazon or you go to Walmart, you're buying the same shoe, you're going to basically get the same price. Why? They kind of have to. Maybe Amazon could raise the price for the same product for convenience sake, but not necessarily because they kind of keep it close to the same. All right. So what are incentives? So for here, maybe in the comments, you can help us figure this out. So here it is. On the left side, it says Maria's parents promises to buy her concert tickets if she improves her grade. Maria spends more time studying for school. So by the way, positive incentive is Maria's parents promise her concert tickets. Maria's parents threaten to ground her if she doesn't improve. Now that's the negative incentive. Maria spends more time studying. That's the response. In the same way, a state government offers a tax credit for consumers who use public transportation. Positive incentive. Positive incentive. State government increases the tax on gasoline. Negative incentive. So gas consumption drops. That's the response. Everybody kind of follow how that works? There are positive incentives, negative incentives, things like that, right? So ultimately, Smith observed that people respond in predictable ways to both positive and negative incentives. The predictability helps keep the market regulated. The desire to earn the most money, self-interest, while still keeping a fair price, competition, will guide market behavior, incentive. And we just put it all together. All right. Does all of that make some basic sense? The advantages of a free market: efficient response to changing conditions. Because of the U.S. free market enterprise system, producers attempt to provide only the goods and services that consumers want and at the prices they are willing to pay. Freedom of choice in consumers, producers. Free market economies have the highest degree of freedom. In the U.S., workers work where they want. Firms produce what they want. Individuals consume what they want. A variety of goods and services. Because producers have incentive to meet consumer desires, consumers have the power to decide what gets produced. This is called consumer sovereignty. And lastly, growth and innovation. Because competition encourages innovation, and entrepreneurs in the U.S. are always seeking profitable opportunities. Or in other words, we're always trying to find better, faster, more convenient ways to produce for our shoppers. This idea of innovation is what gives you things like the cell phone, the smartphone, different Venmo, and different ways to purchase things, and on and on and on it goes. And just constantly trying to find better and faster ways to get you what you need. So those are the advantages of the free market. Now on Thursday, we're going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of other kinds of economic systems. All right. Oops, I pushed the wrong arrow again. With that stated, let's finish with this right here. 5 questions to see who can win as a quick review from this particular session. So real quickly, if you can log in, you know where to go. No, I got that wrong. .com/743. There it is. I think I put it in right. But if everybody can get in there and you can see that, if you could just maybe a hand raise or a thumbs up indicating that you are in. There we go. Thank you. Keep going. Keep going. Thank you. All right. Did I get everybody in? Is everybody in there? Is anybody not in? It won't let you. It won't let you. Did you follow the link? Did that work? Another thing you can do if you have a phone is if you scan the QR code in the upper right-hand corner, you can just go right and text it right through your phone and it will work. Let me know if that helps. And then just ignore all the prompts of it saying register and sign up. Just say, you should still be able to. How is it not letting you? Is it asking you to log in or register or anything? Because you can just skip those. You don't have to do any of that. Okay. Did I get everybody? Let's press forward. And if we're still having trouble logging in, hang back and we'll talk about it after, just as soon as class ends, to see if we can figure out what's going on with that. But if it asks you like to register or something, just ignore that. Skip. You don't have to register or sign up or purchase anything. It should be free for you to go. Okay, cool. Everyone's in. All right. So, oh wait, I got push. So here's the first question. Boom. So free market capitalism and free enterprise are all synonyms for the U.S. economic system. Is that a true statement or a false statement? You have 20 seconds. Actually, a little less than that now. Roll your answers in. About 7, 6, and 5. Quickly make your selections. Boom. Okay. And good. Everybody got it right. Good job. Good job. Adam Smith was a Scottish philosopher who wrote, what did he write? Mein Kampf, Wealth of Nations, or I spelled that wrong, the Communist Manifesto, without the extra S, sorry. What did he write? 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And good. Hey, everyone got that one too. Wealth of Nations. Excellent. Okay. Okay. I guess it's giving you points on time now. All right. Laissez-faire is French for what? Is it please and thank you, live and let live, or let's do? All right. I think everyone's got them in. 6, 5. Oh, wait. Changing and back. 4, 3, 2, 1. And almost everybody got it right. Yes, it's let's do. Literally, let's do. All right. Good job. Still fighting at the top there with 3 of you. Okay. The 3 driving factors of Smith's laissez-faire economic system are competition, incentives, and which is the third? Is it self-interest, brotherhood, or equity? Self-interest, brotherhood, or equity? 10 seconds. I think at least 2 more of you need to get your response in. Okay. Think everyone's got it? 2, 1. Self-interest. Some of you said equity. I made that kind of tricky because equity sounds right, but it's not. It's self-interest is the third thing. So it's competition, incentives, and self-interest. All right. So is it Gemariah? Did I say that right? I did. Awesome. And then whoever guessed 875 you are also tied for first. And then Kaylee. So good job. Last question. Here it is. Growth and innovation is one of the 4 advantages of a free market. Is that true or is that false? Growth and innovation is one of the 4 advantages of the free market. True or false? Boom. And it's closed. True. Everybody got that right. Good job. All right. Boom. So the winner is guest 875. Who are you? Who's guest 875? Do you even know? Sorry, that's me. All right. Kenna. It's Kenna, right? Did I say that right? I say it wrong. Yes. Okay. You're the winner. I guess you got in on time. Jemariah, you are in second, just barely, really. And then Kaylee in third. Good job, everybody. I don't mind second place. That's a good place to be. Hey, so everyone, I appreciate you jumping in today. Hopefully it was a positive session for you. I do apologize for whatever voice jumped in on us like that. I'm going to make some measures to make sure that never happens again. I suppose what I'll have to do is just have to manually let you in as opposed to letting everyone just jump in. So you'll have to sit in the waiting room, and I'll admit you into the class from now on, it appears. But I do apologize by that. That is why you need to come in through your ALA email, because we will be able to track whoever that was and take care of that. So that they will not be able to do that anymore. As it is, great job, everyone. Now know that you have 2 assignments you won't have to do because of this session. Come back Thursday. There'll be 2 other assignments you won't have to worry about. Make sure you're getting your assignments done. And if you have any questions or have any needs, concerns, please, you can either hang back and talk with me, or you can email me or what have you. If you're behind in any assignments, if they are locked, reach out to me, and we'll see what we can do about getting you caught up. Other than that, I hope you have a great week, and hopefully we'll see you again on Thursday.